We made it.
No, I thought you was waiting
oh
to
my
do
God.
that.
Look, let me tell you, because we know how, what they say, we had a time
We had
last
a
night.
time
We had a time last night, y'all.
I just got here 15 minutes ago. Not gonna hold anybody up.
Oh my God. Welcome to Money Friday. I'm the digital anchor, Andre Ash, and we got the one and only Antonice Strickland in the building for 98.4. You're vice president, by the way.
Today's that day.
Yes,
today's that day. We celebrate.
Absolutely. We got your one and only rapper, writer, extraordinaire,
fashionista,
host,
all of the things.
one and only Lynzee Mychael.
Yes.
It's finally Friday. We're live here from 1452 here in downtown Detroit. You can watch the show here at MichiganChronicle.com and also streaming on Facebook and YouTube at Michigan Chronicle. Let's get straight to it. We hosted 40 Under 40 last night.
We hosted 40 Under 40
Y'all did so well.
night.
Like a proud parent over there.
Oh my God. Yes, I saw your post. I was like, look at her getting the footage. Yeah, my husband was the same way. He was like he got like the first 12 minutes. He was filming.
Oh, he was filming. He was a part of the production.
There we go.
Look, let me tell you, we got some footage from 40 Under 40 last night. Let's take a look.
Mean when you say, what up, though? And then they also understand when you say, I have a job for you. That's going to put you on a different career.
It was packed.
Yeah,
it was amazing. So packed, but everyone looked so good.
All right, so it was definitely packed.
It was packed.
And
it was packed.
Yeah, all the what up those and
I had such a great time though. It was a cool experience to just host something that was honoring my peers doing big things, like great things in the community. I felt so inspired when I left. Like honestly, mid show, I was like, I need to leave. I need to go work a little harder. I gotta go. I need to go work. I need to go work because these people is doing some powerful things. So it was a great experience. Andy said 40 Under 40 was fire, and you guys were awesome. Thank you so much.
I think it was just such a diverse lineup of people from a background perspective. Like I think y'all said it was a mathematician, forensic scientist, like
attorneys.
Yes,
attorneys, like
the different sectors. And like I said on the show last night, it was just to see how we are holding down and dominating.
Absolutely.
And all of these different fields
and creating space.
And and everyone talked about lifting each other up, pulling each other up, opening the door, holding the door. And I appreciate that so much too.
And only Black media can do this, right?
Okay.
You know, so Michigan Chronicle, we are gonna always do our damnness to honor those that deserve the honor and recognition for what they do in our community to inspire and also bring up the next generation. So 40 Under 40 was lit. You can find out all about you can find out more information about the list of honorees and who they are and all that good stuff on our website at MichiganChronicle.com. Just search 40 Under 40. You know, also what was a time, and we're prepping him to get seated now. Robert Porcher, who joins us as our guest.
Hall of Famer.
Yes. But we're going to talk to him more later this morning, coming up in a couple minutes. But first, let's get to another exciting win.
Yes.
And that was the Detroit Lions.
We were going
crazy last
Did you see G-Mac Cash already dropped the song?
Oh my God.
And we had him on the show a couple weeks ago, but he was just on it, just like the Lions were last night. Let me tell you, we did a damn good job at hosting 40 Under 40 last night, but I'm telling you, when 8:30 got here, I was off the clock. I said, the Lions are on, and I watched everybody.
You kept yelling at us.
I was like, I don't know about y'all,
I want to watch the game.
but I'm about to go watch the game. Yes. And so we did. And they came out with the win 21-20 against the defending the defending Super Bowl champions last night. But always, the person's always got the energy. That's what I'm talking about. Energy is so important.
Yeah, it is.
The coach himself and the words he gave his players after the game. Take a look.
Montgomery with some momentum to the end zone for the touchdown. David Montgomery behind the strength of the Lions.
All right, so there you go, some action on the field, and so we were watching this game at District 47 last night, Just before the game. And
78.
78.
I was about to say, where were you? Because we were not in the same
And
place.
Lynzee was talking about, she's hearing all the roar, and she's like, "Are we winning?" I'm like, "Oh my God!" I can't explain the game to you right now.
I get someone to explain football to me every year.
Yeah.
The numbers, what it means, first down, all that, and I'll be like, "Okay, I got it." And then next game come on, I don't have it. You're gonna have to tell me.
Well, who better to explain the game
Okay.
is the Hall of Famer himself.
Welcome
to the show, Robert O'Shea.
It's such an honor to be here with you guys.
Absolutely. So, where were you last night? I'm sure you were watching the game, and I'm sure it was a late night for you too.
It was a late night. It was a fun night. It was
Yes.
a great night. We were actually all over in the Eastern Market at Shadow Gallery.
Yes.
I hosted a watch party. It was a fundraiser for Thaw, the Heat and Warmth Fund. And
Mhm.
we had a great turnout, and we raised a lot of money for a great cause, and had a lot of amazing cocktails.
Yeah.
There it is.
And you managed to be here with us this
Yeah, yeah,
morning.
yeah.
We love it.
I'm a lot older than y'all, so I'm an early riser.
Oh goodness.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it was a great cause and a great time, and it was fun that the team won, and the game was close, and it was just good from start to finish, and excited. Everybody's excited.
I have to ask you, after watching the game, how do you feel about the team this season? How did they look out there?
They look really good. I thought that we have a young team, and we got some really good young players, and I just thought if those guys could go in and keep the game close, then they would win, because they don't know what they don't know.
Mhm.
And they did that. And Coach Campbell, I mean, boy, he called a gutsy call early in the game, that fourth down play, and they did the fake punt. Nobody
expected.
Nobody would, not at that stage in the game, not where the ball was.
But I think
that changed the whole momentum. After those guys got that first down, you could just see in their eyes, just like, you know what? Yeah, no, we can win this.
Yeah.
And they actually did.
They're
So
running
it's
into brick walls, and they're taking the kneecaps off of the players, as Campbell said from his introductory press conference. I mean, he's really making some gutsy calls, but it shows the confidence that he has and the confidence that the team has in his leadership.
I agree. I told you, I couldn't say it any better than you just said it.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So we'll see. I'm excited. It's definitely a momentum builder, especially coming next week and open up the first home game.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun. It'll be really exciting.
Oh yeah, this whole area where we are in downtown Detroit is going to be lit, as we're just right across the way from Ford Field. So
you guys, this is ground zero right here.
Ground
I was gonna say, we might as well just come here and
Right.
get ready for the game.
Yeah.
So, the Heat and Warmth Fund is very important. You alluded to it. You raised a lot of money. How important was it for you to be a part of this and commit such effort for this program?
Well,
And why?
I've always been involved with Thaw in some capacity. Actually, I'm a current board member now, but I was on the board when I actually played with the Lions, and when I retired, which was 19 years ago, I got off of it just because my own kids were starting to get big, and I was just like, you know what, I need to just kind of focus on them. And my youngest just graduated in December and went off to graduate school in London on Monday.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So yeah, now I'm back.
There we go.
So I with the help of a lot of great people, smart people like Brandon Scott over there, we were able to put this event together, and we'll be doing other things here in the city because why not?
Yeah,
Why not?
I love that.
So what else do you have going on? Like retirement? Like what other ventures can we expect from you?
I haven't been doing a whole lot here in Michigan. I'm from Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
So I moved home, about 15 years ago, and I do a lot of things down there. I have a trucking company, and we do a lot with the South Carolina Port Authority, and we do dump trucks. We do a lot with infrastructure there in South Carolina. invested in a couple of restaurants.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, but I'm just gonna kind of just start to reacclimate and get back here because I'm a Michiganian too.
Yes.
Yeah,
We
yeah, you are.
appreciate you not
We love
forgetting.
it.
We love it.
Y'all are not gonna be able to get rid of me, but everybody from home is just like, okay, yeah, you've been up there all this time. Now it's time to come on back.
Now the
No,
Lions,
I get it.
the Lions have a homecoming or a big party where they're going to recognize their players from back in the day and all that good stuff.
Yeah. It's the 90th. What is it? 90th anniversary.
Yes, the 90th
Wow.
anniversary.
That's very
That'll
cool.
be a fun time.
Yeah, so
What
you're
is
coming
that?
back to that,
I was
for
gonna
that,
say-
right?
I probably will.
We
Yeah, he doesn't seem too sure.
We're
I
gonna
don't
make some
know.
calls. We're gonna make some calls.
Yeah, probably.
No,
But I think it's key that you talked
It is.
about, the work that you're doing in Charleston, but also how do players make that transition out of professional sports when they become so accustomed to getting the fame and the attention and the money, the accolades, and then how do you make the transition into, I guess, a private or public life after the game?
That's a great question. I think it's more so the individual because you have a lot of guys that do it seamlessly and do it the right way. But then there are also some horror stories also. I think it's just about who you are as a person. I've always been a people person. And, I came from a HBCU, South Carolina State University. So when I came here back in 1992, coming from South Carolina, coming
I was
from the
1 year
South.
old.
Yeah, you all y'all were big. It was, I don't know, it just woke something up in me to come to a city and see all the Black folks that were in position and in power. And you guys talked about the 40 under 40 last night. Congratulations to those young people. But when I got here, seeing that, where the mayor was Black, the city council, were Black, the fire chief was Black, the chief of police was Black. You had all these people of color that were entrepreneurs and doing well in different fields. It just made me kind of like, wait a minute. All I do is run around and chase quarterbacks. I mean, which is a fun, sexy kind of job, right? But it's not what I was seeing when I would be out. So for me, I was always humbled and I was always hungry because growing up in South Carolina, I never saw that. We might have one, maybe two politicians, but it just wasn't like how it was here. So it was always in the back of my mind that when things did end, and that's the bad thing about professional football, you just never know when it's going to end. I was just lucky I was able to play my whole career here and just retire after 13 years. But most guys only play about 2-3 years and then they're done. So they're still young. They're just really kind of starting to get acclimated into the life of a professional athlete. And now it's over. Now they don't know what to do because that's what they've been chasing their whole entire life. So I think, I know that's a long answer, but I think it just depends on where you are in your life and what's important.
That makes sense.
Well,
I had more of a fun taking you back question. Well, one, because it was kind of about the people that just won, the players that just won this game last night. It's a lot of young players. This is a part of their memory now.
Yes.
What was something that you remember in your career, any time of it, that was so impactful for you, that was so memorable, whether it was a huge win, you made just a big play, but something that's going to stick, that stuck with you forever? Because I think last night is going to stick with a lot of them.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Last night will definitely stick with those guys, especially going into Kansas City Stadium, which is Arrowhead, which is not, I've played there before. It is not an easy place to play. It's just rowdy.
Go on somebody else's turf and you
Yeah.
beat them.
Yeah, but that crowd is, they usually don't sit down at all during the game. It's just loud from start to finish. It's so those guys will definitely remember. And a whole pageantry last night, the unveiling of the banner. But for me, I have a ton of them, but just as you asked that question, one that stands out was back in I can't remember the year. It was the year Barry Sanders. It was a game where he went over 2,000 yards rushing. And back then it was such a big thing because you'd only had like 2 or 3 players that had ever had more than 2,000 yards rushing in the season. So we were still out at the Silverdome, but in that game, just we we were playing the Jets, and of course I had a big game that day because I had to. But we were just on such a high with him getting close to breaking the record. And then Reggie Brown, one of our linebackers, he got hit, and just in an instant, the defense, we were on the field, we went from everybody screaming, it was so loud, like our linebacker had to like whisper in our ear what the call was because you just couldn't hear anything. And then in a split second, he's lying on his back and he's not breathing, and the trainers are there. It's just like, oh my God, is he gonna actually die on this field? So it was just that emotion of the high and excitement, and then just in an instant, it was, the place, 83,000 people, was quiet. Nobody was saying anything. And then you had to get yourself back together, once that 20-minute, 30-minute, however long they took them to, get them situated, get them off the field. Coaches had to talk to the team. Then we had to actually go back out there and start again. And then shortly after that, Barry breaks the record. So, it was just.
That's a lot of emotional roller coaster. Oh my gosh.
It really is.
But Reggie's fine. He recovered and he's fine. And all has worked out. But that game always stands out because you always have a lot of ups and downs in the course of the game, but not like that.
Not like that.
Yeah,
Not like
so that one really stands.
I always think about the physical strain that players put themselves through in all of these sports, but especially like boxing and football. Those always stand out to me. So we appreciate you guys. We know that it's something that you love, but
Yeah, and speaking of football, we'll be talking. I had a chance to talk with the high school Denby football team, and they got a great season coming up. So we'll get to that story in just a moment. But Lions football and Thaw last night. You're doing things. So
awesome.
What better to explain football and Lions last night than a Hall of Famer himself? So Robert Boucher, thank you so much for joining us here at Finally Friday. It's been a pleasure. Yes, absolutely. And when we get to, we talked about 40 and 40 earlier.
Yes.
But you had some fun talking to some of the honorees just before the actual event itself.
At the Mixer, we had a great time, and we shot a special 40 under 40 edition of Culture Cuts.
I love it.
Ooh, I love your Culture Cuts.
Oh, thank you.
Take a look.
Favorite piece of black cinema, I'm gonna have to go with Love and Basketball. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of options, but that's like a good one for the family or for you and Bay. You know what I'm saying? I love and Basketball. That's my stuff right there. Who's taking the prom? Spalding?
Who you going to the dance with anyway? Spalding?
Where's Spalding?
That's one of my classics. You can gotta go Coming to America. That's mine, off rip, off top, for sure. Dignity, because the great answer. Friday.
Understood.
The original. The real smoker.
Wait a minute. What's this? This ain't enough.
Say Love and Basketball.
That's a popular one.
That hits home for me. That touches my heart, soul. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm a lover at heart.
Yeah, what's your favorite part?
When they was in a room playing one-on-one.
When I Like was playing? Friday. Period. Okay. That's a popular one today. Yes.
First hip hop album I bought on my own. Dang, let me think back. Jay-Z Hard Knock Life album.
Ooh, that's a classic.
Yeah, I saved money cutting grass to get that album right there. You grow up in a household and there's nothing but gospel music in it, so I had to sneak to buy Mace Harlem World, The Life After Death, Biggie.
Lighting up drugs, always fighting in the club.
Ooh, yeah, those are some good ones though. That was worth
the
the
double
sneaking.
album. Yeah, that
was
that
worth
classic double
possibly
album.
getting in trouble.
Sneaking. They thought I was listening to James Cleveland or something.
All my bills are way past due. Somebody know what I'm talking about.
NWA.
NWA, okay.
Bone Thugs and Harmony. First, it was Bone Thugs and Harmony. And I ended up having to throw it out.
Aw, see?
So I
gotta hide it a little
I had
better.
to hide it because my dad was tripping. He was like, "What you boy? You playing in there?" Oh.
It's art, Dad. It's art.
He wasn't buying that. If he wasn't Jesus,
Understood.
he was not. Not in my house.
So the double disc of Outkast is Speaker Box and The Love Below.
Yeah, the roses really smell like boo.
On repeat, yes.
All of them.
Yes.
She lives in my lap to this
Yes,
day.
she lives in my life.
All right, so I'm gonna have to go two. I'm not gonna lie. So one is an artist from Detroit. You go by the name of Nick Varsity.
Lamb chops with the zip sauce drizzle.
One of the hottest hip hop artists in the city. I feel like he majorly slept on, but that's one of the top ones in my rotation. And then I'll say Drake, of course. I'm waiting on that album for all the dogs. I'm waiting on it.
It's a slight grip. It ain't too tough. Lil Baby, you know, I like Lil Baby. I mean, everything from Lil Baby to South Baby, you know.
Okay, you like the baby.
Right,
I got it.
yeah.
I got it.
Jay-Z.
Ooh.
Absolutely.
Hip hop.
Reasonable doubt.
Cool.
Players got them kind of dreams from jail. You in the streets, player, make your moves, get your mail.
I'm gonna say Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? I put it on. I go on my Apple iTunes. I hit Jeezy Essentials, and it's everything hip hop on that.
You don't even gotta pick a song.
Just give me Jeezy.
Just Jeezy.
Yeah, I love Jesus and Jeezy. Just give me both of them and we ride it. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. I'm afraid I might cuss you out then and pray for you. I don't know.
Oh.
Musego.
What's the song?
Saks Fifth Avenue.
Hi,
I got $14 in my wallet.
Period.
Yeah. That. Love you, Musego.
I love that.
Yes, I love that episode too. Thank you so much for all the support and the questions. It's enough time.
Yes,
No,
because
it's
you
not.
gotta
I know.
dig into the clips and the responses. I'm like, oh wow.
And it's the editing, all of that. Yes, it takes some time. But I always have so much fun with it, though, because they say stuff and I'm like, I like that one thing. What I'm talking about.
Angie Sanders says, I will always bump any Jay-Z.
That part. When he said Reasonable Doubt, though, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my favorite.
That's one of my favorites.
It's like the passion that you get with the debut album.
Mm-hmm.
You will get other great albums, but it's something about that raw. Like I'm trying to get on. I just got signed, or I wrote this before I had money. And you get that.
For me, it's the pastor who talked about having a hottest music.
Both of them know. Both of them talked about it.
Yeah, the dad who said, "You're not going to play this in my house."
They both did, and I thought that was a fun gem. That and that's another reason why I like to do it, because we start to find out these intimate details about people that we follow or that we love. It. I also just enjoy. Pastors are regular people too. They listen to stuff. They have
and next year we're playing the Culture Cuts at 40 under 40.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
That's what we're doing.
Perfect.
Okay.
We'll be on like episode 100 by then.
Wow, right?
Right.
Are we taking a break?
No, we're not. No, we're gonna keep it going. I might go Culture Cut tonight. Yes, that'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of tonight, we're going to be joining you, for a great party tonight. Yeah,
you're beautiful. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. She said, "Don't drop the pen."
Right.
I'm totally just saying. I love all you girls.
Secret Service will be there.
It's totally fine. She's going to be getting escorted in. You are so funny. No, but it'll be fun. I'm so excited. But I mean, the big would have. I love when you say that because it's so true. But it's really tonight. I also just really want to the whole team to be this is really for people to get to know who 98 is. The founder will be there, the owner, majority of our staff will be there. So it's really I'm excited and all that stuff is still weird. But I want everybody to feel up and really get to know you. Yes. And someone who's going to go to me, quite a few of the people. Right, you're a whole award winner. Listen, 98 Forward is lit, okay? And I just know that you guys are going to continue to elevate me. I must say so much. You are so funny. And we are still doing our 25 acts of kindness, too. So if there are things that
I think we have a few more to go before the end of the year, but if there are things that service or just pulling up, reading, whatever that looks like please let us know. Email us. I think it's hello@98 forward. So any kind of service opportunities, things of that nature, just like let us know. We are continuing our 25 acts of kindness for our 25th anniversary.
This is why I love them, and I get this is the kind of stuff that they're doing, giving back.
Yes, absolutely. So,
when is my birthday?
January. It's January. Yes, that's right.
So you got time to get her gift together.
Exactly. Yeah.
My birthday is in May. You just had a birthday.
Yes, July.
Miss Leo.
Leo Nation.
Absolutely. So
I love Leo women.
If you had a celebrity that you could sing at your birthday party, who would it be? I think for me it would be Taylor Hill.
Really?
What? Not after you did.
Right. She's not showing up.
Well, because
you say she just can't sing that song.
She should not have forgot the words. But that's okay. We all have our day.
I think for me, I would probably want someone like Anderson to perform. I would want some lit because he gonna sing, he gonna rap. He's gonna encompass what I would want at a party. So
I love that.
yeah.
I don't know. I love so many like artists.
Rihanna?
No.
Oh.
They all can pull up. Rihanna, Beyonce, all the people.
The shade.
I don't do that. Don't do
I
that.
know.
I keep some.
Stop!
That was producer babe. I didn't say a word. Riri is always on my birthday playlist.
Yeah.
I make a playlist every year for my birthday. Literally.
Well, we bring this up because the one and only Diana Ross sang for Beyonce at her 40th birthday party. Speaking of 40, under 40, but this was just a.
Beyonce was not turning 40.
She's like 42.
What are you talking about?
She's 42.
Beyonce is older
She's 42.
She's 42 or 43.
39 turning 40.
No. And I love
Jay-Z's
Beyonce. Like Beyonce is an OG, and I'm like,
wow.
She's 42.
Well, anyhow, Diana Ross, her idol, was there,
No
and we got video. Take a look.
Thank you so much. You are so amazing. This is the legendary Diana.
I love that.
She was like,
Beyonce really would be the only person that, like, not the only, but would be the top person I would love to be about. Because I feel like also she gonna turn up too. Like we gonna have
She gonna perform.
She's gonna perform. We're gonna enjoy, and she's also gonna have a good time.
When Beyonce ran on the stage behind Diana Ross, it almost looked like she's like a little girl. Like
She was so
that's how I know
happy.
her. That's how
Yeah.
Brandy would be with Whitney Houston.
Whitney Houston.
Exactly. And you know, our
Exactly.
stars have idols too, and I love seeing that because it really humanizes them. It's like
It was adorable watching her like
so
the girl.
Yeah.
You know, you're Beyonce, like you know. But I think this whole tour has really when she dropped that documentary, because I used to think she was so, you know, because she is private and I didn't know much about her. It was kind of like that Kobe complex. I felt the same way about Kobe Bryant too. I'm like, really, are you stuck up or I don't know you?
Yeah.
But then when they, you know, become transparent,
The
I
thing
find out who
about the
they are.
Beyonce Renaissance tour, her show has really been like a phenomenon because I didn't know about one of her popular songs, or maybe I just didn't realize the signature point of one of her songs until the Renaissance tour. Everybody go mute,
so
and some people have not been going mute. What is going on?
People been messing up. I forget she did shout out which city did it perfectly, and I can't remember what city it was. Okay,
was it Atlanta?
I was sick. You know, I'm a little sad that I didn't go to the LA one because not only was it a big show, Diana Ross was there, but all the
everybody was
obviously
there.
they all live in
LA,
LA,
and that's probably why she probably made sure her birthday show was in LA. They live there.
I thought she would have did Houston, but it makes sense.
But Houston probably gonna be lit.
But
too.
Houston is home, but LA is also home.
Yeah,
like because
exactly.
that's where all her
Houston is
peers
home,
are.
Exactly. Houston is home.
Yeah.
LA is
Or no home. It's home. Home away from home.
Home
That's
away
not
from
home.
No, seriously.
But no, she's been doing a phenomenal job.
All the outfits, like somebody was like, "What was the budget?" And we like, there was no budget.
There was,
like,
and this is why the tickets cost what they cost.
Yeah.
And this is what I was telling the people: you get what you pay for.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been to great concerts where I spent $60 on a ticket, and it's been great and all of that. But
this is an experience.
This is an experience. This is a performance. This is a show.
You're like, no, I need y'all invested in this because I'm pulling.
And she flies up in the air.
She does all of that, flies in the air.
And a
the
big
dancers
screen
on
that takes up this building.
That's why she's having them only at these football stadiums. Have you been on a football
Someone
field?
said,
Huge.
Someone said to me when she came here, they were like, "Yeah, where's Beyonce gonna be at LCA?" And I laughed. I said, "Cute jokes, right? That's a baby. This is a baby venue. She would have won an LCA. Like, not gonna do it." But no. Shout out to Beyonce. I'm so happy that she enjoyed her birthday and got to be serenaded by her idol.
Absolutely. First, before we head to our next clip, I see you still rocking the Blackly Black from last night. That's actual outfit.
No, you're right.
Still representing.
I am still representing. Yes.
Let me tell you, I was struggling to get up this morning. Get up until 9:15. But
were you because you declined drinks last night? Oh.
We don't know a drinker like that. Okay.
Oh, I wish I would have sent the footage of Andre.
So much.
I'm glad you did.
I might do it when we break. I might airdrop it when we break.
I love this green.
I do too.
You've got going on here.
Thank you. This is a shirt I got from a boutique some years ago. And you know when you get statement pieces like this, you don't wear it that often. No. So I might wear it like twice a year. So I was like, today I'm gonna wear this.
Well, you all need to get ready for the charity preview.
I was just about to say I still gotta get a shirt.
I'm very stressed.
I'm
quite stressed about that. Make sure that you guys hashtag and tag us in some cute outfits and boutiques because we need to get ourselves together in less than a week.
Yes.
Wow.
So,
I did make a makeup.
Okay, I haven't even done that.
I was putting it in the atmosphere that I would be going, so I made my.
You guys, I can tell you one thing. You guys are definitely getting this bop. Just get it. So it'll still be in. So you're getting this. I know that for sure.
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. Well, earlier in the week, I got a chance to catch up with this whole back to school season, and so not only have kids been preparing for academics and parents have been planning for school supplies and all of that comes with the new school year, but also the football teams and the rivalries that come with sports and high school football sports at that. So I got a chance to catch up with the Debbie High School team, the Tars they call themselves, and they're preparing both their minds, bodies, and souls for this upcoming season.
I love that.
And I appreciate the DPSCD, the Struggle Schools Community District, that they're a part of for helping me spotlight this incredible team. Take a look.
The new school year has arrived, and it's been on everyone's mind. The preparations in order for both parents and teachers alike, and even for student athletes. Getting into high gear for the school year ahead means scoring big on keeping the mind focused and getting the physique in tip-top shape. The Tar football team at Denby High School in Detroit knows something all too well for getting prepped for what will be a challenging season ahead, both in academics and the student body pressure to perform well on the field. A party executing a great play on the field means the young Tar men must prepare their bodies for runs, tackles, and some of the grueling hits they'll see and won't see coming from their opponents.
The biggest thing here at Denby High School is that we utilize our weight room to the best of our ability. We also do exercises where we focus on mental health as well with the services we have here in the building. And so not only just we work on the body, but we also work on the brain as well.
He's Zach Carr, head coach of the football team. Concerns for youth health takes a sharper focus among parents of student athletes as hospital visits rise during their respective sports seasons. Coach Carr understands all too well of ensuring his team is equipped with the tools of keeping their bodies as strong and healthy for more than just the game.
Oh yeah, okay. Sometimes it's taking that break or saying, hey coach, just today I'm not feeling it today. And so it's okay to say that. I know we play a gladiator sport, right? But it's also a part of this sport where, as far as me as a coach, I really pay attention to the signs, right? I'm really watching if a kid is different.
Coach maintains that health of his students are one of his top priorities. And with the assistance of assistant coach Mark Mobley, Coach Carr and his students strive for their core goals, which are character, accountability, relationship, and respect on and off the field.
Just making sure I'm making his job as easy as possible, you know what I'm saying, doing the small things, you know, whether that be sharing film, putting up film, things like that. Checking in on the kids, asking them, you know, the personal questions, like, hey, how's everything at the crib? Everything cool? You guys are fine?
And as much as players feel a sense of pride layered with some mentorship, to play for Coach Carr or Coach Mobley, there is also a spark of excitement and school pride that comes from this football team.
They are like father figures to me, both of them, to the whole team, man, honestly. These guys help you in your everyday life. It's not just about football when I'm with these guys.
Amir Harris, a senior running back.
It's more so a life teaching thing. So when we're on the field, we're learning about different stuff that happens in our everyday life, like adversity.
But it's not just the coaches leading this group of young Tar men to a touchdown. They're being managed daily by one of their student peers.
I'm the team manager. I make sure the boys stay in line.
That's right. She's managing the team. That's Mariana Davis, a 10th grader at Denby, who also has a brother who plays on the team and where she stays longer during his practice sessions and where she also offered to help the team out.
Like girdles, mouth guards, helmets, shoulder pads, water. Most importantly, water.
And so from making sure the coolers are filled to making sure the equipment is right where it needs to be, mouthpieces and so much more, she's an added value to the team.
We actually can't do this work without her. She shows up to work every day, and she's phenomenal. Yeah. I can't express how much enough that she's helped us as a ball club.
And as the players set their eyes on being ready for the games ahead this season, the young athletes understand they can only be as prepared and healthy as they are led to be, inspired by the leadership and mentorship of Coach Carr and Coach Mobley.
1, 2, 3, hit me. 4, 5, 6.
In Detroit, Andre Ash, Michigan Chronicle.
I love it. That was certainly a great story. So shout out to the Tars at Denby High School.
Wonderful season.
Coach Carr.
It's Andre, kind of like her sports reporter.
Right.
What did you get in
that
I
bag?
like you in that bag, though.
You know,
Not
I could do a little
I'm
bit.
not
I
mad
could do a
at
little
it.
bit of
Like
something.
last night really showed me how I didn't know you were that invested in sports and that you were like this diehard Lions fan. I didn't
I'm a
know
Lions
that.
fan. And you know, I'm so into the NFL when our home team is winning. If our home team ain't winning, I ain't really want to go. Okay, whatever.
Dang, you supposed to be one of them fans that even when we're winning, you be like,
yeah. So
you have to.
I mean, I'm into the Super Bowl, you know, but if we didn't have a good season, because literally when the Lions are winning and having a great season, then I'm invested into like the other conferences. Like, okay, this team over here has to win, so we can come up over here. Then we play that team. Then it helps us. If that team in that conference loses, then that helps us over here. I'm so invested.
It sounded like algebra. This is what I be talking about. When somebody gets to talking to me about football, it sounds like math.
Whatever.
I'm just
Does that bird just fall?
Sorry.
There's a bird on the ground.
Oh my God.
I can't get up.
This is live TV.
Oh my God.
Because I thought something was like coming to
You have to go save the bird.
This bird literally.
I tell you, Lynzee is always looking out the window.
No, it's Antonice. She be holding us down, but this bird. Oh, it's still moving, but it can't fly. I think it's a baby bird. Oh, he's coming to get us.
And now the rescuers are here to rescue the bird.
So they know what's going on.
Get this little birdie.
Sorry, y'all.
Okay, sorry. He's
I'm
tipped
sorry.
over. I'm a little concerned.
There is a bird.
About this baby
I'll just
bird.
be real protective of you.
And the park services are here.
They just left. They left it. Okay, guys. Oh my God, this bird is dying behind. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring too much attention.
Lynzee is, Antonice is always no, I'm joking. Lynzee is always looking out the window, and you caught it. Anyhow.
This is Antonice, by the way.
Right, you keep saying, Lynzee, you did have a long night.
Okay, let's get back to the show.
It was that one shot he had. He had one shot.
Let's get back to the show. So, Drake in the Weekend, that AI song they had that went popular.
Yeah.
It is now eligible for a Grammy. Can
That's
you believe
why.
that?
That's the stuff that scares me.
A song that they didn't create, but they're but their
voice
and
their
likeness was used, and now it's eligible for Grammy. So who takes the Grammy?
Who gets the Grammy? And this is
all of them.
But see, this is the thing that happens when we start getting certain technological advancements. Then we got to go back and amend certain rules.
Exactly.
Because this is the first time this has happened. Exactly. So now we got to draw these rules from scratch, and I don't know what's going to happen. Honestly, I think that Drake and The Weeknd should get it because you use not only their voices, but you use just like how they rap. You use their whole everything. You know, their wordplay, what they would have said. Now, granted, you wrote it. Maybe you get a writer's credit.
That's what I was just about to say. I think a collective, like,
but I still don't think that's.
But what
right.
about if it's a song that? But what about they used your voice and your likeness? But what about if it's a song that you don't like or agree with? So now you're forcing me to. You're now using my voice, my likeness, and it wins all these accolades for something I don't even agree with being out there like
well,
that.
That's the case. Who signed it up for a Grammy because you got to be a whole registered member. Like I'm a member of the Recording Academy, and like you literally have to.
Subtle drop. I'm a member.
I'm a member of the Recording Academy.
The things we learn about our co-hosts all the time that we
never knew it. I never knew it.
But you have like there's so many things you have to do to get a song.
Check your resume again.
Okay, I'm going.
It's getting longer and
like,
longer.
Who is sitting next to me? I love it.
The thing is, I agree. Like there should be some writer credit if they did do that, because maybe that's what their goal is, and they're trying to do that for other artists or some capacity. But I'm just like, who submitted this to the Grammys?
The problem I have with this is it's going to get worse because now your image and your likeness is going to go for almost everything for things that you don't even approve of, that you never were even signed up to be a part of.
Well, if this is the case, I'm about to make up AI Pound Town type of song, since that's the type of stuff
we're into
right now. I'm about to give me a bag.
And why not?
Oh my God.
Why not?
And the other part of the
because I can write. I can even rap it and then just put a little voice on there. Yep.
But the other part of this whole AI music thing is discussion is what about the fans? Because I think this psychologically starts to change the mindset of fans who appreciate certain type of music. Like if you're really a big music fan, then you love your association with the artist themselves, right? The artist and Antonice, you and this bird looking out the window. But look,
it died, I think. I'm so sorry. It's not moving. AI. Sorry.
Is this why you wore all blood?
Not the funeral.
I can't. I think they all should. Everybody should get their credits in the Grammys. Win the Grammy. AI is about to just pop off.
Speaking,
we just gotta know how to use it for the benefit because it's the direction.
It's the direction. Like I said, we just gotta write these rules and stick to these rules.
And music fans want to associate their music. You would think with the artists who, well, I guess writers write for music artists themselves, and sometimes we have music artists who are not singing related to their personal lives anyway. So
I like the fact that if you get big enough and people like you enough, you could just be chilling at home and just wake up to a Grammy nomination. I didn't even do it. I didn't even do anything.
I gotta do it.
I
know because I think then the Grammy and all these other accolades or awards have to lose their meaning.
No, because it still has to be a good song, and it was
a good song. I don't agree
with,
but you're using my voice, my likeness,
and I don't use my likeness. Ooh, well, we have.
Not what I asked.
Did you know that
we signed? Territory.
We just signed a lot of stuff saying like all them little apps we was using when we signed up. They can use those pictures that were generated. We could just be driving down the street and see ourselves on a billboard or get an invitation to like a webinar and it'll be us like doing
I think there's some legality involved. We have to study up more on this because the reason why that there is, I think AI was probably used up to 90% of the song.
Yeah.
But they found a gray area. The record companies found a gray area to get the song taken down off the airwaves.
Oh yeah.
Because there was some part that was copyrighted.
So how
would it be eligible for a Grammy Award then? So
we probably got to dig into that a little more. But there is a great episode on Black Mirror that tackles this whole conversation about using your likeness. It's actually very funny. Like a girl was just chilling and watching Netflix, and next thing you know, she was seeing her life being played out by this other character. It was so weird, but it had a very deep meaning. And I was like, oh, that's where we're headed. Scary.
That's why my daddy don't be on the internet. He like, I don't want to be on the internet.
No, but I love, I love how all these things that's happening, we've already kind of previewed it. Do you guys remember when You Don't Have to Call Drop and P. Diddy like FaceTimed Usher and we were all like, how did he do that? Like,
crazy.
Is this really available? And then next thing, now we do, it's a norm. Like, so it's crazy. So
we have to see. But speaking of music,
yes,
collaborations.
P. Grizzly last night, no warning, just dropped a song with.
They think they can be Beyonce now. Like, just
look, I'm hype about it. P. Grizzly dropped a song featuring Mariah the Scientist and Chris Brown. That is huge, especially the fact that he has stepped away from music for a bit, and now he dropped Gorgeous, and now he dropped this. IDGAF is the name of it. We on the roll. Sometimes you need that hiatus. Do we have an asset about it? Let's take a look.
To go on sabbatical.
DJ on the beat, so it's a bang. Get you up right now. What you up right now? Get you drunk right now. You know I got a man. I don't care right now. Pull your hair right now. Tryna beat it right now. You know I got.
All right, so
a little spicy there.
A little spicy.
But listen, Detroit is no. We doing our things in movies and in music. All the things, like all of the things.
And we're doing our thing here too at Family Friday. Speaking of, and speaking of music, we've been on this music ride. We also got a chance to talk with. And let's get for one of our comments. Nick says to be eligible for an award or Grammy, a song must have meaningful human authorship. Grammy excludes AI from winning awards. Only human creators are eligible.
All right. You better debunk.
Wait. It's funny. It's funny how he says only human creators are eligible. Thanks for letting me know.
Period. Thank you. Thank you. No, I love that. Remember Skype? Yes.
Skype missed the bag, man.
You know what?
I really thought Skype was gonna really.
Remember Ubu?
Yes.
Oh,
Ubu.
Wait.
That was before FaceTime.
Yes, it was.
Because that was when you were earlier able to like talk to multiple people at the same time.
Almost like a whole class.
Yes.
But I do remember Skype because it was really big. Like freshman, sophomore year of college, all your friends is out of town at school. You jump on a Skype call. I'm like, what y'all up to?
I thought that was so innovative at the time because it's like, wow, I could see somebody in real time. Like you could always call someone in real time and hear their voice, but now you see a video. And I thought it was. I'm like, when Skype first came out, I said, you know what? If they can do this, because at that time Skype was very popular from a desktop. I'm like, if they can do this from a desktop, then pretty soon this type of technology is going to be available on our phones, where you can be at the grocery store and say, hey, I'm at the store. What type of bag? What do you need? You know?
I love that.
And now it's just like common. It's very common now everywhere now. So Skype was the very first type of app, or well, it wasn't even an app at the time. It wasn't called an app. But it's like just download it.
You had to have it on your computer. It was a whole thing. But we done been through all so much.
But speaking of music, we've been on this music train. We got a chance to talk with Raheem Devon this week. That was awesome. He was a musical guest at the Eureka. Yeah. And he was a very fire guest we talked to.
No, I enjoyed it. And he sang and he was right.
The vocals.
Right
again,
here.
Speaking of college, like this is a very meaningful conversation with someone we all came up on.
Okay.
Yes, let's take a look.
Somebody in it, it's not giving what they thought it was going to be giving. So, you know, I definitely like to think that I go above and beyond, leaving on the stage. And Detroit is just a musical city, so you can't come playing.
You're kind of talking a lot about, you know, kind of creating this atmosphere and also just kind of getting to this stage. There's a lot of people that want to be an artist, just like people want to be an athlete and go to the NBA. And that's a small percentage, but it does take a lot of work and a lot of practice, in the words of Iverson. But can you kind of talk about a little bit of your journey and kind of like what advice you would give to someone starting out? Like, it's not just happening tomorrow, but like, what would you tell them?
I would just say care. Take enough, care enough about you know, what you look like, what you sound like. You know, really think about what your brand is, what your target audience is, who you're marketing your product to. Understand that you don't need necessarily like a manager or record label now at this point, or the conventional things that you would think that you would need. But you do need a team. You know what I mean? You need a solid team. You need a trustworthy team. You need an eat what you kill team. You know what I mean? You know, in those areas where I may have made mistakes, or I had to figure it out, you know, the hard way. Eventually you figure it out, you know what I mean? And you know, when you grow. So the more information you see coming into the game, you know, the more you prosper, you know.
You know, there was a social media post that you reshared that talked about underrated artists, and how do you take that?
I think that's the biggest myth. You know, I often hear it's the one thing I hear that is kind of funny to me when they say, you know, like I hear a lot of people say that I'm probably the most underrated artist of my time. You know what I mean? Some may argue though that you just have a lot of people that are overrated.
And that's fact.
I'd rather be the guy that's labeled underrated than overrated. I never want to be the guy that's overrated.
Yes,
you know what I mean? You know, misunderstood, I can explain it. You know what I mean? And if you give it a chance, you know, you might listen to it. You might listen to the explicit version of the album and hear my song "Let It Flow" and be like, "Yo, what's this? Like, what's he on?" But when you listen to it in its entire body of work, from beginning to end, with the interludes and whatever, then it's like, okay, I get it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm a visionary. Like, you know, a lot of the stuff that I've been a blueprint for a lot, and you know, been before my time, but always right on time. You know what I mean?
I love that. Right on time.
I've seen you transition, not just hearing it, but also visually. I remember you had braids, you had short hair, you got locks now. So you're obviously been going through like growth. What was your favorite moment throughout your career? If you had to pinpoint a moment, whether it was a transitional moment.
I'm in it now. Like I'm in it now. I'm in my bag. I'm in my season. I'm forever in it now. Like, you know what I mean? I found that space of like, okay, I know what I'm here to do. I know I have a skill set which I do exceptionally well at. You know, master my craft. It took me, you know, 15, 16 years.
I love it. That was just a dope moment with him. And you can watch more of that interview on our website at Michigan Chronicles.
Go watch him sing to me. I mean, us.
Yeah.
He
was
a vibe. He was a vibe. And
sure.
I just appreciated the off-camera banter. Like,
Exactly.
it really, like, people come in here and I'll be so excited, you know, and then they get in here and they just be like, "What's up, baby?" And they be excited about us, actually. Like, they love that this exists.
I love that about Brandy too. I've had a chance to meet and be around her twice, and whatever aspiration you have for her off camera, you know, just looking up to her, is just like in person, she's just as down to earth.
You talking about Brandy the singer?
Brandy the singer. Yes.
I want to meet Brandy.
Okay, now that's I met a lot of people. I'm a cry. I'm a cry.
Me some Ray J.
I just
Ray J.
Producer Bay
Okay.
said she loves
She
Ray
said
J.
bring
So
Ray
we gotta
J.
get Ray J and Brandy on the show.
Yeah, we got to get another camera too, so we can point it on our producer.
Yes, because she,
you know, things to say.
she is always a vibe. She be dancing, y'all. She be cussing us out. All of that.
If you would like
she be
to
wrapping us up.
If you'd like to weigh in on the show and comment, just please feel free to do so. Hashtag finally fried DET. That's finally FRIDET. And we've run out of time once again. It's always a full pack, great show.
I appreciated just being able to talk on this episode, though. You know, we
get so many guests that we barely have time to talk with each other. So, you know,
this was beautiful.
The chemistry is alive as well.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. And we hope that you have a great weekend ahead. I think I'm going to relax.
I need to, but
no, we got a weekend. We got
Oh,
back to
yeah, we have a weekend of shopping.
I'm
We have a
gonna
weekend of
relax
shopping.
in October.
Remember, I was just gonna say we already talked. September's done.
Yeah,
Don't relax.
it's a wrap.
October, when it's time for pumpkin spice and all that, then we relax.
I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's finally Friday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take time to grind, take time to relax, take time to do your fall clothing shopping and all that, and a whole lot more. Because if it's Friday, it's finally Friday.